Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a wonderful 4th of July. Me and Johnny are just taking it easy. He's in his room watching TV, some program, I have no idea. We're dealing with anxiety-ridden pit bull named Theodore. And Axel, of course, takes everything in stride. I just figured I'd come back here in my room and try to do a little bit of crochet and chat with y'all since I hadn't done a video in a couple of days. My arm is still not completely 100%, but you know, I do run a channel, so it is kind of, y'all do need videos. So figured I would see if I could work on this a little bit while I chat with y'all. We just kind of, we did get out earlier and go to the grocery store, and of course there weren't any buggies to be had, so I ended up walking the store, and that's always rough on my legs and back with my lymphedema in my legs, but you know, it is what it is. You have to do what you got to do. And but I was just going to try to do the bare minimum, and so that we could make it another, you know, week, or, you know, close to it anyway. And so we just got more dog food, drinks, some stuff to cook for suppers, and well, I was craving coconut cream pie, which is like one of my top 5 favorite desserts to have, is coconut cream pie. And I've been really good. I checked my sugar today, and my sugar was really low. And I was like, well, coconut cream pie, here I come. Because I hadn't had no sweets in, you know, a while. And, of course, by the time we got over there to where the coconut cream pie should have been, there was none to be had. They had lots of other kind of pie, but no coconut cream pie. So apparently lots of other people were having the same thought that I had and wanted coconut cream pie. No no Marie Callender's coconut cream pie. None in the bakery, you know, the pre-baked or whatever you want to call it over there at Walmart. None of them. None. Not even the little miniature ones. They didn't even have the miniature ones. So I settled for vanilla ice cream and magic shell. But that's okay. I mean, I'm good with that. It beats nothing, right? Oh, and we did buy some lemon sandwich cookies to go in the cookie jar. We hadn't had no cookies for the cookie jar in over a week and a half, I guess it has been. So we decided to get cookies for the cookie jar. What basically that means is we have like 1 or 2 or 3 cookies after meals, and that's our sweet, unless we have fruit, and then we'll have fruit. But that's about the only sweet that we allow ourselves, because we're all drinking diet. I drink Diet Mountain Dew. Johnny drinks Diet Pepsi. Will drinks zero sugar, whatever he drinks. When he drinks energy drinks, and then he usually only drinks energy drinks in the morning time, and then the rest of the time he's drinking the sugar-free flavored waters that I buy. And I buy him the Fuji apple ones. And I like the strawberry ones. Johnny likes the cherry limeade ones. They didn't have any cherry limeades this time, though. They only had the key lime ones. So we got him the key lime this time. But they have plenty of strawberry, thank goodness. So there was that. And let's see, we got some chicken. We got some pork steak, pasta salad, and some instant mashed potatoes. Just odds and ends, really. Another big bag of 30-pound bag of dog food. I buy the dogs Iams dog food. That's what they eat. They eat Iams dog food. I asked the vet, and she said that was real good dog food. I used to feed, when I first got Theodore, I would make him, I got Gravy Train, and then this was 6.5 years ago. Yeah, something like that. and back in 2017, and then there was this big recall came out for Gravy Train, and I was like, Lord have mercy, what if I fed my baby? And then I just decided that he was worth more than, trying to save money buying Gravy Train. And I remembered, that IMS used to be, you could only get IMS at the vet. You'd have to go to your vet to get IMS dog food, but now of course you can buy it anywhere. But it's not exactly cheap. I know it's that 30-pound bag was probably $40 something, but that it lasts us almost long. So get up on the bed, baby. Axel, just get up on the bed, baby. He's a baby. So it'll last us a long time. 2, 3, 4, and so 6 and 7. I got to count all these. Okay, can you count that one? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Okay. Chain 1. Make sure I do the pattern right. Y'all had to count things, and this is that cakes and candles shawl that I'm working on. So my cake needs a candle. Chain 1. Go over here to the next V stitch and do 7 double crochets. And of course this is that fiddly yarn with my number 5 millimeter clover hook. That other hook just I had to put it down. It wasn't as good as this clover. And once I picked up my clover and then started using it, I realized it was better. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 7. Much smoother action. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And I think I have a little bit of the OCD, because I always don't trust my own actions. Like when I get out of the van, I'll hit the lock button. I'll put my keys in my pocket before I go to get out, but then I check my pocket like 2 more times before I walk away from the van. And then I always check to make sure that I have indeed locked the van. And then, like, when we leave the house, we don't have an actual key for the door. We have a punch code to get in and out of the door. My landlord had that set up before we even rented the place. So we have a punch code to get in and out of the house. And I always make sure before I leave the house that I hear it lock, and then I try the door, even though I know I've done it a million times by now. But I always, check it. And it's a solid wood door. I mean, they'd really have to do some doing to get in that door. Those punch code doors are not easy to penetrate. So, but I'm just very security conscious, and a little bit on the OCD side as far as that goes. Just very. I'm all the time concerned that I'm going to leave my keys in the van. So I got to check my pocket 2 or 3 times before I shut the door. 3, 4. Do y'all do that? I wonder if y'all do, I wonder if I'm the only one that does that, to check behind myself a million times before I do stuff. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember being that way until after my hysterectomy and all my hormones went crazy and my mental state, just went berserk. Back in 2011 and 2012, I found out that I had uterine cancer, and I had to have a full hysterectomy. I was only like 38 when I had to have it, and that put me headlong into menopause. because you know I had to take everything. They said they only, you know, they came back and said, oh, we can leave the ovaries, and I was like, no. I said, because that particular cancer run in my family, and I knew that if I didn't have them take everything, they would just be back a year from then, going back in and taking the rest of it. And so I went ahead and had them take everything. Well, you know, your ovaries is what produces your hormones and regulates a bunch of your stuff in your body. And so my body went into some kind of freak out because all of a sudden I didn't have these hormones, you know, regulating things. And so the tight band of hold that I had on my sanity went bye-bye. And so my undiagnosed bipolar disorder came to the surface. And I mean, I didn't like all of a sudden just start doing manic type things. I just really sad and started just being very sensitive and not being able to control my sadness. And I would just cry at the drop of a hat and just, you know, just all the time really be sad. And I couldn't function. And I kept messing up at my job, and it just uh-oh, I think I just messed this up. Oh, I think I did. I might have went in the wrong spot. I think I went in the wrong spot. Yeah, I think I went in the wrong spot. Either that or I messed up somewhere else down the road. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm okay. Now I got to redo all them 7 crochets. I see what I did. I'm at the point. I didn't realize I was at the point. But nothing like going from having everything under control and having yourself being a well put together person to a person that your life is falling apart. And that's where I was. I went from being a well put together person who had everything under control to my life falling apart in a matter of a very short period of time. A job that I had been at for a number of years and was really good at, making over a little over $14 an hour. And I was super good at it. I was doing tech support over the phone for DSL connection, internet connection. They don't have DSL anymore, but they did back in it was 2013 when everything finally come to a head at that job. And I messed myself out of the job. I did stuff that I wasn't supposed to do to try to keep the job, because they put these unrealistic goals on us, and it just got to be too much. And so I did something that I shouldn't have done to try to keep my job, and it was discovered, and I lost it anyway. So I never did admit it to them that I did it. I kept denying that I did it, and so, but they fired me. And I worked a few work from home jobs that I found. I worked, a few of them between 2013 and 2016, and I worked a few of them, but I kept screwing those up too, because I just couldn't keep my head together. My mind was just all over the place, and I just couldn't keep my emotions in order. And then in 2016, finally somebody figured out what was going on with me. And I went and spent some time in a mental hospital, a few days in a mental hospital, to try to get myself together. and get on medications. And that started my journey to doing better. I mean, I've had ups and downs since then, but while getting on this medication and that medication to try to find the right formula, because that's the ticket to mental healthiness. You could call it, is finding the right formula that works for you. Is finding that formula of medications that work for you. And what works for me don't necessarily going to work for everybody. They've tried a little bit of everything. But what ended up working was Topamax for my bipolar, and it just as a side benefit, it also helps with my migraines, because without it I have really bad migraines. And with it, I have just every once in a while I have a migraine. I have the barometric pressure headaches, and those headaches, that nothing really helps with those. You can't really do anything about those headaches. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. When you get a barometric pressure headache, you just can go lay in a dark room with a cold cloth on your head and take some migraine medicine just to kind of take the edge off, and just wait it out. There's really nothing else you can do. It's just that harsh. You can't really do much of anything else. I forgot how much I really love working on these shawls. This pattern is just a joy. It's just so, it's simple, but knowing how it comes out, it just comes out so pretty. And don't put it past me to start that other one because of the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Oops, I got too many in there. No big deal. But I really want to start that blue one. Because that yarn is so pretty. But I'm almost done with this particular round. It's taken me a little longer. I knew it would, because this yarn being so thin and a little bit fiddly. But at the same time, it's kind of a labor of love. I don't mind it. My arm is so much better today. I did work a little bit last night on another, I'm gonna do, these people and their fireworks. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but these folks and their fireworks. My poor Theodore, he's really not having a easy time of it. But I had started a shirt. Let me see if I can find one. I had gotten these cakes in, these cotton cakes in, a month or so ago. This colorway is called beach glass. You can see those colors there. I don't know if it might be blown out a little bit from my laptop's light, but it's like a really pale turquoise, and then it's got some cream and brown, like a really light brown. But I'll put that back over there in a minute. But I got a granny square started in the living room. What I'm going to go ahead and do is probably use that granny square pullover pattern and make me a top using that with that. But I'm having to use a 5mm hook with that because it's a thin yarn. It says 4-weight, but it's thin. It's a thin 4-weight. And so I'm having to use a 5mm with it. And so it's taking more time to get to the 24 rounds that I have to do on it. So I will make that. I will make it. It's just it seems like everything that I've picked to work on here lately is all time consuming projects. So I'm gonna have to find something here soon that's gonna have to be more of a quick turnaround, or else I'm gonna feel non-productive. 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Hold on. 5. Okay, I need 3 more. But I didn't want to let another day go by and not touch base with y'all. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And now comes the V stitch, the V stitch row. You got a 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, and turn. But once you get the pattern down on this, it's pretty. Once you have it down in your mind how everything goes and everything, it's pretty easy to get. It's this fiddly yarn that that kind of can be a bit of a troublemaker. And I don't know if y'all noticed, I did manage to re-dye my hair. It came out a bit darker than I'm used to, but it might lighten up a little bit as it washes. Sometimes it does that. But it was a different dye. It was a medium auburn instead of a light auburn like I'm used to. So, but it's you know, it's still red, but it's not as bright red as I'm used to. But the gray is gone. So there's the important part. The gray is gone. So I remember I gotta put my cakes in here. Let's see. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Lay down, boo-boo. It'll be okay. Mama give you some Benadryl in a minute. And just so y'all know, I've even had vets tell me that it was perfectly safe to give my dog Benadryl. Benadryl is not just for itching. It also is, it's like an anxiety type medicine too. So I don't need anything in the comments telling me don't give your dog Benadryl. Well, I have been giving him Benadryl since I got him, and he's been fine. So please do not spam me in the comments telling me, oh, it's not good. Well, the vet told me it's okay. So, and I asked him before I did it, back when I first got Theodore, you know, is that going to hurt him if I give him Benadryl? Nope, it is not going to hurt him. So I use it both for his itching, because he's a pit bull. He has skin issues. Sometimes he gets a little irritated because he likes to lay in the fresh cut grass. And why is that not going in there? What did I do there? What? That stitch is messed up somehow. But yeah, there we go. Okay. But oh, for Pete's sake, I missed a stitch up and it was shaped funny. It didn't want to go in there. But it calms down. It calms him down. Like there's a medication that I take called Vistaril that works just like Benadryl. So it works just like it. And I take it for my anxiety. So, but I don't give him my Vistaril. I give him his Benadryl, and it calms him down and helps him through these difficult times with this fireworks situation. But this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. This takes a little bit of concentration, this particular pattern does. But it's a great work do while you're watching TV type deal. When you like right now I'm rewatching Supernatural. 2, 3. And so obviously I've watched all 50. Well, I actually haven't watched the last 2 seasons. I really didn't get to watch the last 2 seasons. I don't remember why, but something kept me from watching it. And so the last 3 seasons I didn't watch. Um, but I just wanted to watch it from the beginning, because it's one of those shows that if you don't watch it from the beginning, the last part's not going to make any sense to you. But my youngest son, John, hadn't too long ago finished watching it all the way through from first season to the 15th season. And he told me, he said, "Don't worry, Mom, it has a happy ending." I was like, "Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm glad it has a happy ending. That makes it a little easier, because the characters go through so much during the show. You know, you just wonder, are they going to make it? Because it's just, they go through so much, the brothers do. If you never watched Supernatural, it's basically about these 2 brothers named Sam and Dean, and they fight monsters. They fight vampires and werewolves and ghosts, evil spirits, vengeful spirits. They, the devil himself, demons, and angels come into the picture, and angels aren't exactly friendly, and witches, everything you could think of supernatural wise, and some things you can't. Rougarous, and those of us from Louisiana know have heard of that before. That they have imagined, their writers have created a monster called Rougarou, and that was in a most recent one of the episodes that I watched recently from, I think, the 4th season. Yeah. And that was pretty interesting, since I'm from Louisiana, and South Louisiana, they have, mythical creatures called Rougarou, and that, down in the bayou, they have bayou stories about, creatures, and that being one of them. And so, and then what was it? There's one, a Wendigo, which is kind of like a Bigfoot type situation. Lots of just different, but they travel the country in their classic Impala, black Impala, with, man, the sound of that motor. Oh, it sounds so good. I love classic cars. I absolutely love classic cars, and I love an old Impala, and so I just love that car. And of course, I got a crush on Dean, so that voice, he's got a pretty face and a deep voice, and I'm gone. But I'm enjoying rewatching it. It's it's a good way to pass the time. It really is a good way to pass the time. And it when you're watching something familiar like that, you can kind of don't have to watch it. Don't have to have your eyes on it the whole time. You can crochet and watch it, or listen to it, as it were. So it's makes it enjoyable to work on a project while you're watching it, or it's watching you. And I look up at the exciting parts, but so this is where we are. We're doing the row where we put the V-stitches in the cake part, and then the next part I put the candle in the shell part. So oh boy, they're really cutting up with these fireworks now. 2, 3, there we go. I'm gonna have to wrap this up and go give Theo his medicine and give him some cuddles so that he can start to relax. These fireworks are getting a bit much for him. And of course it's almost 9 o'clock here, and they're not going to stop until probably midnight or whenever the cutoff time is. But I hope all of y'all are having a very safe 4th of July, and I enjoy talking with y'all. Maybe y'all learn some new stuff about me that y'all didn't know. I don't always share that mental health stuff with everybody, but there was my mental health journey, how I ended up, having to take mental health medication, and I didn't know I had mental health issues until after my hysterectomy. So I went all through adulthood, through adulthood until my late 30s, not knowing I had mental health issues, and then finally being diagnosed and getting proper help and proper medication, and and then of course it's only been in the last probably 3 years or so that I've gotten a good handle on it, and I am become the person you see before you. So it's by the grace of God and the miracle of modern medicine that I am who I am. So I work at it daily to just keep my head above water, because there's days that I do still struggle with depression. Y'all might not always see that part of me, but I do struggle. Those days that you don't see a video from me for a couple of days, that might be what I'm having to deal with. I do have physical ailments and whatnot, but I also have mental ailments too, and me struggling with trying to figure out what content to create and if it's going to be good enough. I worry that I'm not good enough a lot, and that I don't deserve the things that I have. I struggle with that. So when you think, and if those of you that are suffer from similar things as I do, and you are thinking those thoughts, just know that you're not alone. I do struggle with that stuff too, and just because I laugh and I smile and I giggle doesn't mean that I don't have that side of myself that struggles. It just means that I have more happiness than I have struggle, because I have chosen to the negative, toxic type people and situations that cause me problems, I've eliminated from my life. And sometimes it's not an easy task to do that. It's very painful at times to do that. You really have to decide, what's best for you, and what's going to keep you in this world. And sometimes certain people that are, pouring negativity and toxicity into your brain on a daily basis or on a regular basis, and not adding to your joy, those are the people that you need to get away from. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And once I figured that out, I was able to find my joy. And of course, the good Lord and Jesus being my Savior, I pray a lot, and I find joy in that. So a lot of joy in that. And you all have been a great blessing to me. This channel has been such a great blessing to me that I can't even express. There are not enough words to express how much you all, my subscriber family, have come to mean to me. I look forward to, as soon as a video goes live, I'm just sitting there waiting for comments, because I can't wait to interact with you. I can't wait to, listen to and read what y'all have to say and interact with y'all. It excites me to no end to see the comments. So please know that I look forward to every single one. And no matter how big this channel gets, if it gets, and I'm just constantly floored when I see new subscribers, I'm just constantly floored. Um, I just can't even tell you how surprised I get. I mean, it hasn't been that long ago that I was over on the Facebook page. We do have a Facebook page, a group with the same name. If you just search Facebook for Tap Mama 73 in the Beg Brigade, you'll find our Facebook group. It's not many people in there just yet, but it's easy to join, and you could definitely get in there and share your makes and, chat and what have you. Um, but it wasn't that long ago that I went over there and posted how happy I was that we made it to 1,700, and now we're almost to 1,800, and I'm like, how? How? But it's just amazing to me. I just, if you'd have told me that this was going to be my life 2 years ago, I would have just laughed at you. But next month will be 2 years, and it's just it's been life changing, and it's been my greatest joy, besides my kids and my dogs. It's been such a joy in my life. I've met so many wonderful people, and the support that y'all have given me and my family has been nothing short of a miracle, and it just means a lot. It means a lot. I never would have thought that it would have been like this. So I just thought I was getting on here to connect with other people that were into yarn and crochet and loom knitting and make some friends. I didn't know that it would become a lifestyle. I had no idea. I didn't know what I was in for. But I'm tickled to death with it, and I wouldn't change a thing. So I wouldn't change a thing. But I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to get off here and go tend to my doggies. And please know that I love you, and so does Jesus. And please adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see you again soon. Bye now.